The reason why I'm making this video is because we have so many issues here on this planet right now in this time. Also, of course, it's a time of opportunities. We have to be aware of that and to not only see the negative aspects of the reality we are immersed in, but of course there are many issues, and I have different perspectives on this question whether we need external forces to step in to support us in this battle or in this war. Look at the system, human potential is being wasted in so many ways. Look at the education system, or for example, look at the healthcare system, medicine. There's so many forms of medicine that are not being put out because no money is made with these types of medicine that could potentially cure very severe illnesses. So it is a system where that is manipulated and flawed in the first place. There are major flaws in this system. The tax money we pay is blown out for ridiculous purposes. One of the purposes is, for example, the so-called fake environmental campaign that is going on, and this includes also the weather changing campaign. And this is an important point because it also affects our health, our vibration, the overall consciousness of the human race. For example, I'm here in northern Germany, and when I look out of the window I see grey or white sky almost every day. And this is irrespective of the season we are in. So no matter what season we have, I mean, now it's autumn, winter, November, December. I mean, there's hardly any blue sky any day with sunshine, with a couple of hours of sunshine. It's really hardly possible to get that here. People have stopped looking out for these things. People have stopped questioning what is going on. Just look in the sky and see for yourself what is going on. This is definitely not normal. Of course, years back or even just a while back, I thought, okay, come on, it's just normal contrails, and there are different factors impacting the appearance of the contrails. For example, temperature, the height of the plains, and also humidity levels. But I think there are two types of trails. There's the normal contrail, which is affected by these factors I've just mentioned. And we have the weather changing trails, the trails that are being used to modify the weather to block out the sunlight. But do we really know what is in the weather changing trails? What compounds are they using for that? And is it being tested? Are these materials that are being used, or are these compounds that are being used, are these tested by independent private institutions that measure objectively, or that can provide us with objective test results? It's very important that this is not taken care of by state institutions. So this is a very complex matter, and I doubt this is taking place. I doubt these tests are being run. This weather changing campaign is so dangerous because it is not openly reported correctly, and there's so many factors or aspects that are under the surface. The freedom of us all is affected by that. Other people decide what air we breathe. Other people or governmental institutions decide what food we eat, what is in our food, and it affects everything basically. I mean, just don't think that there's just some clouds in the sky, that this is not affecting your health. It affects your health severely because we don't know what's inside of these or what is in these trails. So what effects do these materials have? This is not being addressed, and it is not being addressed for a reason. Another way our freedom is being compromised is through the news, the information that is being displayed, and the way that information is being displayed. So we have, for example, it's not only about the content. I mean, the content is really negative all the time. They're not focusing on positive things at all. I mean, there are many people out there who have reported on the same issues I'm covering here. On the one hand, it is the content that is being reported. It's always about disease and crime and violence and stuff like that, and war and financial instabilities, inflation, the insurance system, and so forth. That information is fed to you by idiots in the media that are being led by idiots. So it's just the way it is. They use subliminal messages. The subliminal messages do not have to come in the form of visual subliminal messages that were being used in the media in the past, but I think they are coming back, or they're still being used in different forms. Not only do they use visual subliminal information, they also use auditory subliminal information. They manipulate, if they have, for example, a music track or drum track running in the background, what they do is they manipulate the beats per minute, the BPM, and this has a certain effect on the viewer. By the way, the viewer not only hears the information that is being spoken to them, the viewer at the same time reads other dramatic messages that are being displayed on the screen at the same time, and if you combine that with the subliminal auditory information, the effect is really dramatic. It has a huge effect on the human mind, on the human consciousness, and not only does it have an effect on the individual viewer, it also has an effect on overall consciousness of mankind, a huge effect on the consciousness overall, and we are all affected by that. As we are all connected, there's an interconnected net of individual points that form together like a grid of consciousness, or forming like a grid of consciousness. We always have to remember that we are here in the same reality, experiencing potentially similar situations or a similar type of thing.